I'm Richard Gisbert, and welcome to Al Jazeera's Playlist, the show that's devoted to the sounds of fusion, music that brings different genres and people together. This week, we're looking at one of the world's biggest musical melting pots, a country that can produce pure pop, we'll take in some unique and hard rock, we'll sample some hip-hop that even grown-ups might be able to handle. We'll hear some reggae mixed with indie pop and politics. Right now, right. We have a full edition of the playlist for you, the sounds of post-apartheid South Africa. It's a country of close to 50 million people with multiple ethnic groups, 11 official languages, and a national motto that calls for unity in diversity. They don't call it the Rainbow Nation for nothing. South Africa's ethnic makeup creates real social challenges. However, the country is also like a laboratory for musical fusions. First up, among the 5 South African groups that we're looking at, Freshlyground and Tumi and the Volume. Freshlyground are a multicultural band who can play lush pop and quality funk with some nice African touches. And Tumi and the Volume also mix it up with a top layer of hip-hop. All of the bands that we're looking at say a thing or two about a country that's still coming out of its apartheid nightmare. And together they make up some of the sounds of the South African rainbow. Tumi and the Volume, and the sounds of Soweto.
There's 4 members in the band. Guitarist Tiago, he likes like alternative music, and I guess it brings that philosophy to the band. Dave Bergman is the bass player. He's more like a funk, musician, and loves funk music, I think. And Paolo is a drummer. Likes Afro beat music and reggae and whatnot, and of course me. I'm definitely like the link, the piece of elastic to hip hop. I'm like the, as long as I rap on it, it's hip hop.
Another band from Johannesburg with a completely different sound is called Freshlyground.
Open hearts will be the rhythm of the day. Neighbors will greet each other. Sisters and the brothers, even enemies.
It's basically pop music with an African thread running through the whole thing, but with elements of rock and I don't know, light funk maybe.
We can do a rock song or a kind of jazzy song or a country song. It's always got a little bit of an African element to it.
These bands reflect some of the demographics of the Rainbow Nation. South Africa's long walk to freedom, as Nelson Mandela put it, had a rhythmic element, a beat. All those anti-apartheid marches featured the toy-toy, the familiar dance of the protester.
At the time of apartheid, music played a crucial role in terms of getting the message to the people. The songs in the 80s started becoming much more militant, and the toy, how the toy be like this passion in the songs that mobilizes the people. There was a point where South Africa felt like something was going to explode.
It's the post-apartheid era, yet South Africa has been left with huge problems. There's the HIV/AIDS epidemic, rampant crime that often has a racial element to it. There's still plenty of social ground for the musician to chronicle. Tumi and the Volume, whose music has been called hip-hop for grown-ups, have much to work with.
Growing up like that, it's almost you feel like you have no choice really, but to try and understand the past, to try and understand where we are right now as South Africans, and that's always the focus for me. How people react, like either to violence, to poverty, to to suddenly being wealthy or being rich, and just trying to come to terms with it, I think, and really documenting my country's path, I think, and journey.
Tumi will be going into the emotions of adulthood and like expressing them in a way that hasn't been expressed before. There's some kind of deeper conscious understanding that he carries.
Even though I have fat thighs, flabby arms, a pot belly still gives good loving.
Freshlyground are a rather different story. An Afro-fusion band that offers a big feel-good factor. Like the best pop music, it comes off effortlessly and sounds sort of like LA meets Joburg.
Kind of spreading a message of positivity. We give off a lot of positive energy during our shows, and I think that's what we hope to get back from the audience during the show, and also for people to leave with that feeling of upliftment.
We go to take a walk along the shore. It's fine, sunny weather, the waves make their way across our toes. So good to be together, dance with me, flirt.
I write the lyrics in the band and write them in English and in Xhosa. A lot of the Xhosa songs are to do with social upliftment, to say to people, you kind of can't sit around waiting for the government to kind of to bail you out of your situation or religion or seek your partner to save you. But one thing I think that makes our music sort of stand out is our guitarist. He's from Mozambique, and he kind of draws on a very traditional marabenta. Marabenta is the style of guitar playing one style of guitar playing that he really draws heavily on.
Julio, who's from Mozambique, he's very much our kind of real African edge in the band. That's what he does on the guitar, that whole marabenta, kwasa kwasa thing.
Did you hear the news on the radio?
Doobie-Doo, which people don't notice because it's become such a popular song. People just remember the chorus, but if you listen to the verses, it's really saying some great things, and there's some bizarre images.
Politicians have agreed to honor and obey. They'll come down and listen to what the people say. I can't wait to be there in line. No.
Freshlyground have got that rock element with bakanga element and maskandi and all the different various elements. It's authentic. It expresses who they are, like where they come from, what they've been influenced by.
I'm not sure exactly what it is about the fusion that makes it good, but I just know that there is something that does make it work. It might just be the instruments that we put together, the sensibility of the musicians. I don't know, it's something, and I hope that it continues to work for us.
It's not completely world, it's not ethnic as such. It's that thing of playing an African song but singing in English, and singing about something that's maybe totally unrelated to anything sort of African in a sense. It's that sort of weird clash of culture.
And also, you know, this idea that, look, it's about harmony, and it's about this idea that, you know, four people from completely different backgrounds can just become one and express this, you know what I mean, this idea of harmony, whether it be like across racial lines, religious lines. We are very universal, I think, in that respect.
Freshlyground and Tumi in the volume. You can see that item again. It's up on our website. Go to aljazeera.net/English and look for the link to playlist. We're back after the break with more from South Africa. Rock, indie, reggae, and a touch of politics.